here. Yeah, I sent you some stuff that you might find interesting. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So when we last left this group of mercenaries and adventurers, you had managed to You managed to solve the case regarding the murdered daughter of a noblewoman. However, it led to some rather dark truths regarding her murder and some other such morally questionable acts that, let's just say, some would rather have put to rest, to say the least. The party is currently... yeah, here it is. And let's see here. So, it's going to be a day afterwards. So, I need to know, starting from the bottom up of the characters listing, what you guys would like to do on your... Let's see here. Starting with... sorry, Roll20 is giving me another problem. Oh well. Just, come on. Just stop being slow. There we go. Okay. So, starting off, Vera. So Flutter, what will Vera be doing in her 4 weeks of downtime for the month?
I'll go second, actually.
Okay. In that case... Scheisse, it did not... Oh wait, no, it did. Yeah, so Parias, what do you do for the first 4 weeks of downtime?
Wait, I had something string, wasn't I? Yeah,
Oh yeah, and the recent UA edition is allowed, except for the portion of firearms. That is like I told Mass Duke, restricted to something you're going to have to earn from very specific peoples, or not peoples, but people with specific skill sets.
Okay. Heck.
No swearing on this. Oh, it's okay.
No swearing on this Christian Minecraft server.
Yeah.
Not Minecraft, D&D.
No.
Don't make me tell Mom.
Don't make me ping you.
Bro, no.
Don't let me hit you with that fat bro.
Yeah,
Do you need time to think? Oh, so do you need time to think, or?
Very little. I guess I could start going down that one seat train, the Psyox or whatever. If the other guy wants to help, the Lucid.
Okay. Dino, is Lucid going to...
I don't know.
Would Lucid be okay with helping? Or does he
That's
have
fine.
something more in depth in mind?
I forgot I was definitely good for it.
Alright, so Dino's currently typing up his responses.
Hell yeah.
Base.
Bryce has nothing else to do, so he'll do
Okay.
that.
Make 3 intelligence saving throws.
Hell yeah, public. That is the man and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Hey, that almost really good. Cool. Okay. Yay.
Yes. I need to roll 1d100
Do 100
for severity.
Severity of it, it's okay. 29.
Okay, it's not terrible. What's going on? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Took a little bit because, of course, it does. Yep. All right, and I need you to roll another D100.
Another, okay.
All right.
Here's your boss, do one.
All right. Roll a D10.
D10, okay.
All right. So first, for the first big parts of the week, he barrages you with a plethora of mental, psychic assaults. It's not pleasant,
Aw.
and in fact, it gets worse at the end of the week, as you basically run away from him for the first time in a long time, fear.
I didn't get a wisdom save, this is bullshit.
Well, that was part of it. It was for critical failure. If it was below a 5, then I would have to roll a wisdom saving throw. In which case, yeah, but this is a critical failure, which means you fail nevertheless.
Very cool.
So yeah, but you only have that episode for like 8 minutes before security gets you. And before security. You know, because you end up like I say like somebody. Let me rewind, because security ends up asking you like, "Sir, what are you doing? This is a public establishment. Have you been consuming any illicit substances that we should be made aware of?"
Sir, this is a Wendy's. Have you been drinking?
Wait,
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who thought of that.
wait, how do they restrain me?
They don't really restrain you. They just like it's like a bunch of dwarves and like a single gnome sort of surround you like, "Sir, you're causing a bit of a panic. Are you okay?"
Very cool for you to break my character. Cool. Okay.
Hey man, you critically failed. Also, it was for the madness, and only occurred for about 8 minutes. Short term.
Okay.
If you had a roll, yeah. Here's the thing: 50 and below for severity on psionics training is short term.
Okay.
Long term would be 51 to
Okay.
yeah.
Could you have rolled an indefinite?
Yes, one of those if he had rolled a 100 on severity.
Very cool.
Only a 100.
Based.
Okay.
So, do you want to continue training with Lucid, or would you like to do something else?
That depends on Lucid. If we still feel it. I guess. Got nothing else to do. Okay, cool. How many more you want me? How many more can I make?
3 more for the next week, for the second week.
Very cool. 1. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay, so you make 3 points of progress.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on, wait. Ah, shit, sorry, I messed up the number. Wait.
What do you mean?
Wait. Okay, never mind. Scratch that. Yeah, you make 3 points of progress.
Okay.
Out of why am I saying 9? No, out of 7.
Okay. 3 out of
Because this is a more recent. Yeah, because this is a more recently discovered sort of ability. So
okay.
yeah.
Dragon 2. Okay.
So yeah, you have 2 more.
2
weeks
more
after
weeks.
that
Hey, Lucid, you sure you don't have anything else?
to get a total of 6.
Wait.
So as long as you just go over, as long as you meet 16 or over, you're fine.
16 to DC. Okay.
Yeah.
Lucid,
for
Lucid, are you sure you have nothing else to do? Because if not, I'm about to roll 6 of these.
Well, okay, see, here's the thing, right? I assume me helping you with your training means that I cannot train for the duration?
No, you can train.
Oh.
This is like something you're doing like when you're not training.
What's the downside of me helping?
Possibly sending him to the brink of madness.
He knew the rest. Let's go.
Alright, here we go.
And before another nat 1.
I don't know. Part something. And then bleh. And that's not great.
Nope.
Not
Nope.
great. Not great. Okay, 3 more. Hey! Hey!
Oh,
Hey.
So let's see here.
oh God,
It's
this is math. Math. I think you're like 1 under. Even still, that's close.
Let's see here. I'm just adding it all up together. Give me one moment.
You're training for this, right? The first one.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Proficiency in mental save. That's really good.
Yeah, that's the
You're
reason.
1 off.
Save throws.
You just need to vote like 2 and a third more days and your equivalent or whatever,
If I
and
succeed.
you're good. If you assuming you succeed the next one.
Okay, how much more time we got?
Well, that was let's see here. That was the
4 weeks.
4 weeks. Yep, of the first month. So yeah,
Ah.
4 more weeks.
Oh,
4
God.
more weeks.
Fuck.
I mean,
Also, before I end up forgetting, last thing. Yeah, critical failures for psionics will, because of the nature of it, there's a chance it may detract some progress made. However, you didn't make any. However, I had a roll on my end, and you didn't lose any progress. So
I
don't
don't
worry
think
about it.
he made any progress by the time he got his nat 1.
He
So
did make some. He made like what is it? 1 bit of progress.
that would mean the DC is 11.
DC is from before that, like before the murder mystery. Unless okay, yeah, no, I'm looking at it wrong. Yes. Oh well. Moving on. So you have 4 more weeks of
4
downtime
more weeks.
as the month comes to an end.
Just gonna keep rolling them one at a time.
I mean, fuck.
No,
Shit.
No.
Damn it.
no.
I need to roll a wisdom saving throw.
There it is.
Okay. 11. Is it fear?
No, you managed
Okay.
to resist the possible madness.
Very nice. Okay. Next
Like,
week.
imagine not having a +9 to intelligence save.
I'm working on. Okay. This.
Anyways,
But-
so yeah, you managed to finish your training with that final 18.
Just slam that into intelligence. Brr.
Okay. Not putting into wisdom, the most common mental save.
You know.
Actually, no, you're covering your bases. That's fine.
Bro,
Look, the big brain here is if I do it, then I can get the rest. Right. Right.
So you're not proficient in intelligence saves as well?
Excellent. That's nice. Okay. I mean, you know what the next one's gonna be. Not
Oh,
sound
yeah.
your death. So don't worry.
It's a bit weird with you, as actually you see like some weird glowing shit inside Parias Lucid.
Funky.
So do you want to Parias allow Lucid to check it out, or
What are
just gonna trust the glowing inside your armor?
Got some funkies.
glowing inside my armor? Don't worry about it. It's probably fine. What's the
Mm.
what's
That's just quick question for you though, Andy.
Mm-hmm.
I am relatively new. Whole, but so I had my master, but I've taught everything and be taught from him until I'm like stronger.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to risk an accident.
If I attempted to reach the level of Theophramind, I would probably get fucked.
Irrevocably, you'd basically have to be making a new, re-rolling a new character.
Oh, that's not
Okay.
fun.
So,
So Price doesn't want me looking at him. That's his business. I don't really give a fuck. But
it's glowing.
um,
Does Price know what glowing is?
No.
Shit. What's glowing?
it light emanating from a source.
I see.
Typically,
Why is-
glowing doesn't seem to have
That much.
a
Yeah, that much you
physical
obviously know.
What?
relative to me and or my master, if I am able to tell this information, how skilled does Pariah seem when it comes to psionics? How much talent does he have?
Basically, all right. To use a common, to use an example of anything whatsoever, basically like a first year kindergarten, not kid, first year elementary school.
So he's pretty bad.
With math. Like he knows like 1+1. He knows his multiplications. In this case, he knows how to breathe. He knows how to speak and all that. He just doesn't know how to do everything
You know
else.
how to breathe.
No, he doesn't know. Assumedly,
You
knows
don't
how to
forget
breathe.
how to breathe.
Like, you don't think Bryce would know? Shit.
Well, now you're spoiling shit.
If I were to pose that same question about myself to my master, about how would he rate me?
He'd rate you a let's see here.
When it comes to just pure natural talent.
A college biology biology student, or someone who just got their bachelor's in biology, who wants to go in into what is it? The study of plants. What is it? I'm
Herbology?
forgetting what it's called.
Botany?
Yes, herbology.
Botany?
That's
You know botany. Yeah, who'd want to go into botany. So you know the fundamentals of psionics, but you just don't have like a in-depth grasp of how to properly like wield it in these ways.
Very cool. Hey, Parias, you going for Soul Warrior?
Yo. Yes.
I assume that's more intelligence saves then.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the DC is a little bit the severity is a little bit higher.
Oh, very cool. I hope it doesn't cancel out
But
the
only by
intelligence that I
a-
just got. Save and throw those.
It does not.
Very cool.
It does not in this case. The DC is still the same.
Okay. Very cool.
So it'll be a little bit easier. So one roll, please, for the end of the first week of the second month.
And the first week of the second. Wouldn't it be 2? Because it's. Wait.
You rolled
I
it
did 4.
twice. Oh yeah.
It was 4 in the first month.
Oh
Second month.
oh yeah. That's it's the second week of the second month.
Yeah, first month. Okay. So that's a 1 and a 2, I'm pretty sure. Hey!
Hey!
I mean, I'm gonna keep going this until I
Alright.
run out of time. Or.
One moment before you do. I just need to mark up the progress. So you have to now succeed 8 in total.
Okay. That's pretty fair. It's a fucking chain. So yeah. That's all good. Okay. How many more time do I have? I think I have 6 more
Let's see
time.
here. You finished the second week of the second month. So you have 2 more weeks left. So 6 more
Alright.
rolls in total.
Here we
But
go.
let's just do it in sets of 3, please.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Only 1 success.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
Yeah,
easier now that you've
apple.
steeled your mind.
Rolls are not great, but they're not terrible either. So, okay. And then next up?
Yes.
Hell yeah, 1, 2. Oh, that's pretty good. 3.
All right. Another point of progress.
Hell
So you
yeah.
have 3 out of 8 points of
Hell
progress.
yeah.
Just mark it somewhere on your sheet.
I'm marking it in the feat description and such. Kind of.
Man. Thinking about this, however, Lucid obtained all of the psionic knowledge he has in less time than you got that.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, you yourself were already psionic and have you're
Oh yeah, Lucid
generally
has much higher advantage in this case.
Also high
Yes.
intelligence by a lot. And just having the saving throw in general. But that's fine.
Lucid got the fast track to psionic.
all right. And as the month ends for you, I need to know if Parias would be participating or joining the party or joining certain members of the party for the ball.
Do they allow plate armor as dress?
Yes, they do, because this is a
Hell
dwarvish cruise ship. Remember,
Hell
dwarves.
Oh,
Right.
hell yeah.
Yeah, he's going. Yeah, he'll go. Why not?
I shall wear my finest plate armor.
I shall wear my great-great-great-great-grandfather's suit of armor that he wore in the Goblin Rebellion of 6127 A.D.
Ah,
Yes.
Yes.
Exquisite.
of course. Ah. But yeah, he'll be.
All right. Let's see here then. In that case, Vera, have you decided on what Flutter? Have you decided what Vera is going to be doing for the next
Not
2
yet.
months?
Not yet. Done with the smaller sheer beer at
Yeah, no problem. Understood. Let's see here. Then Lucid, what will Vito, what will be doing?
Ah,
Am I saying that right? Is Oh, no, that's right. It's
you
downwards.
got it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. There we go.
There you go. That's it.
All right.
Duke, do you know what you're doing?
I know what I'm doing.
Okay, then you do that.
Oh.
So, do you want to pass it off to Duke for Hajime, or do you have something in mind?
God don't need. Don't look at me.
Okay. Master Duke, what will Hajime be doing for the next 2 months? So 8 weeks in total.
8 weeks in total. Hot damn.
Each week being 3 checks, if you're going to do like skill, feat, or item creation.
Yes. So, quick question. My nightmares, how they be?
Let's see here. First off, I need, in that case, because it's been a while, roll a d100 to determine severity.
Oh. Hot.
If
Again.
you roll particularly high, then I'll need you to make a saving throw. I say that, and yeah, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
It's odd. These dreams are certainly terrifying in their own right, but they don't appear to be your dreams. They're of scenes of villages being burned, a tree filled with squirrels being gassed by some sort of giant green dragon. No, Mass Duke, no.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Good, good. Anyways, yeah, so visions of creature, basically people being killed by much larger, much more imposing beings, followed by graphic visions of viscera and blood spraying around in some sort of almost like a painting, or less of a, almost as if each burst of ichor is intentional. It's more confusing, and if for some reason it doesn't bother you as much as it should, maybe because you're starting to get used to the violence, or maybe because that you know that this is not, maybe because you don't know, maybe because you know these are not your dreams for some reason. Something that is, something in there is protecting you, clearly.
Cause I do want to talk with patron dude for a hot second. Concerning the noble mother. This is obviously something about revenge, but I want to know what I should do as a member of the Bloodthorn Grove. How would I is this something I should even handle? Like, is it selfish vengeance? Like, I'm just a little confused.
Make a make a survival check, as this is far more instinctual. The way the Blackthorn is speaking to you. All right, it's not verbal at the moment. The way he or she or it responds, the way the grove responds, it's more of like a feeling in your gut, so to speak, that it is not entirely selfish, but it's not entirely just. As if like you're missing a piece before you can truly call this something you're going to enact vengeance or cause. You feel like the patron is informing you that
I need more.
this is something you need more information before you can truly call this something you are to call for vengeance upon.
Okay. I can get more information in the meantime. I want to spend the at least the first month finishing the dress. However long it takes, I guess.
Right. So make Weaver's Tools check. Or Weaver's, yeah, sorry, was it Weaver's Tools?
Yes.
Make Weaver's Tools check for the week, so 3 checks.
My dressmaker feat gives it to me an advantage.
Yep, so do it with advantage.
1. 2.
And for anyone watching, the rolls themselves are to determine quality and level of success, or any success. Alright. 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 So, your dress is coming along nicely. The sort of coloring, it's particularly difficult. You almost miscolor a section a few times. However, you're able to easily correct it. The problem with Pride Silk is it's that with this specific chemical concoction for the dye, it is very absorbent. So you have to put it. So you have to sort of dye it in very small droplets, as it basically just spreads it over the entirety of a patch of clothing.
Oh.
So you have to sort of measure, guesstimate how much, and it's difficult. Yes, there's no doubt about it, but it is certainly in its own way rewarding. You can understand why it's so expensive to work with this sort of material. This is something that for any lesser weaver that would definitely get the hair pulled. So yeah.
I can dig it. Second week, I guess?
Yep, second week. Weaver's Tools check. Unless you want to break it up with some socialization.
I do want to. I have feet. I have 2 feats, and I want to do some interacting with the crowd. Let me send you them. The one is the Bonded Companion feat. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. I think I do. There's several in the archive at the moment. It's the one from Feats for the Fearsome, yeah? By Maton Press?
No. Let me just send it to you then.
Alright.
And it's in the same PDF. It's let's see, there's a Bonded Companion and Helping Hand. The Helping Hand allows you to add your spellcasting modifier to tools checks.
Alright.
I am sending it to you right now.
Yeah. Because I'm including for your checks time for, letting the dye dry as well. It's a lot like paint on a canvas, basically.
Mm-hmm. It has to be in segments.
Yeah, before you can apply some more Which, as somebody who has painted several times for classes, oh lord, I do not
Oh,
have. I don't have the patience for that stuff. I
oh,
barely
trust
have the
me.
patience to complete a single piece. So, yeah,
Oh, I know the pain. I used to be very big in the pottery and sculpting.
yeah. Let's see here. All right, and okay. All right, I see them. All right. Well, those are things you actually wait. No, this is a high-end ship. What am I thinking? Of course, you could probably you're likely to find somebody here who probably does like competitive familiar, uh, not championships, but like pet shows, where they
Is
have like
there
their dogs, or dog shows where they have their dogs go through like a course, or have people like look over the dog's fur coat and shit like that.
is there a pet show for familiars? How
A familiar
adorable!
show, yeah, very likely. Even dwarves, as much as people like to give them shit, no, yes, dwarves do participate in the odd hog show. Sorry, the
Oh,
warhog show.
how adorable!
It's not, I can assure you. No, I beg
Uh,
you, it is not adorable at all.
mm,
Too late.
Damn it.
exactly. I'm pretty sure half of us in this group are furries.
Mm,
So, but that's besides the point. I don't know what I want to train for first. The helping hand I would like to train for first, I guess.
Alright, so you sure you don't want to like socialize with people, or
Uh, I do want to socialize with people, I guess.
actually, wait, you have more time, my bad. So you can do socializing. You can spend more time to improve the quality of, like, say, your socializing or your training. Basically, doing it for 16 hours with breaks, obviously. But that does come at the risk of, excuse me, increased severity if you critically fail.
Oh, I could do something for 16 hours?
Yes, because you're on a cruise ship. You can basically do what you want. You don't have to worry about traveling yourself. That's all being taken care of for you.
Can I train for 16 hours?
Yes?
Hmm. I think I want to. I definitely want to get the helping hand because it just allows me to squeeze in a little bit more with my checks.
Yeah, and if you want, you can also socialize with your trainer if you want.
I, I mean, yeah.
All right, make an investigation check. See if you can find an animal, a familiar pet, a familiar show person, trainer.
Uh,
I sigh because of
w-
its immense pain.
would
Which,
I have? Would I have advantage because of my diplomat feat?
no, this is you are speaking to people, yes, but it's not no way to gain something out of it as if you were, performing active diplomacy. So,
Okay.
yeah. Plus, it only affects charisma-based checks. This is an intelligence-based check.
That makes sense.
Let's see here. So, with your modified 20, oh, okay. The only way you would affect it would be if you created a positive repertoire, but nevertheless, moving on. So you're looking around and you do come across a. Let's see here. Ah, shit. It's this guy again. You come across a gnomish man wearing multiple, or who appears to be wearing bifocals
Oh,
and bifocal glasses, with appears to be like using this sort of like. At first, you think like it's some sort of like Why am I saying like a lot? No. At first, you think that what he is wielding is some sort of Oresian curved blade, but then you realize two things. One, it is blunt on both ends, and two, it is made of some very nice looking wood. The only thing that is not made of wood is the handle, as it appears to be made of a very dark ivory. He appears to be using the curved section of it to the inward curve of it of this tool on the body of what looks like a very well groomed pseudo dragon.
Oh.
Or at least you think it's a pseudo dragon before you notice the scale, the eyes open, and they're almost like blue pearls. And then the wings, as you realize he has a pixie dragon. Sorry, fairy dragon. My bad. Fairy dragon.
Oh.
It is very well groomed. The scales are practically glowing. The wings are, well, they're not see-through. That would be unhealthy. But the colors on the wings are very vibrant. And the teeth that are visible appear to be almost a pearly white.
Hmm. She's just gonna have her familiar kind of twirl around her arm a little, getting him ready.
The gnome, who appears to be completely focused on this fairy dragon, just notices your things like, "Oh, hey, get that thing away from my sweetie! Get that mongrel away from my sweetie! It'll scare her." It's okay. He begins like petting and cooing it. Which you notice the fairy dragon is not bothered. It doesn't appear to be fazed by this at all. It's almost unnerving, but again, fairy dragons.
She just kind of lightly pets the back of her familiar. But he didn't mean that.
Oh no, I meant it. No. I'll say whatever the hell I need to in order to protect my little sweetie.
Sweetie doesn't seem to care either way.
She doesn't know until she sees the whole thing. Happened last week with some weird wizard's cat thing, whatever it was. It didn't even look like a cat. It had a disgusting long rabbit-like ears. Things people do with their familiars. Unnatural. He just waddles around in this. He doesn't waddle around. He sort of gets off the chair, moves it to the side in front of his fairy dragon, and just continues like checking, and then just pulls out another set of tools, which look like a brush. He just begins brushing its teeth, by hand.
Oh. She's patient. She'll wait.
What do you want?
Oh. I heard there was training to get for people in the familiars to become closer. I guess that's the best way to say it.
One sec, as he begins to currently he pulls out what looks like some string as he begins to pluck things out of between his teeth, basically flossing the fairy dragon's teeth. Yeah, he's one of these people.
Yeah.
He pats it and just claps his hands twice as it disappears in a puff of smoke. Yes, good. Alright, let me see what I'm working with.
She calls to attention the what name did I give it?
It's right there. I'm sorry. I'm too in character for this NPC.
He's kind of a dick. Yana. She calls Yana just to kind of add attention, stand up and in front of her.
He sort of grabs, like, he sort of not kneels down, but he sort of hangs off the side, and not hangs off the side, but he leans on the side of the chair and sort of twists this knob, which begins to lower him carefully. And he's just, "Alright, let's see what I'm working with here. Ugh, bark is too dry. There's no sign of any sort of watering. God, these leaves are too crisp. Good lord, good by the gods." He pulls something out of what looks like the mauvish thing. Do you let him?
I guess. I mean, for the most part, I do. She would water it and feed it whatever.
Yeah, this is his observation as he pulls out what looks like a rat skull, still attached to some spine. What in the nine hells is this?
My patron gave it to me.
No, this rat skull and spine came with your familiar. Because from what I'm looking at it, this can't be any more than 2 days old. He just stares at you with this sort of undeterred fury from this really short, even for gnomes by gnome standards, short gnome.
He just come. I don't know. He comes and goes where he wants to.
Okay. So this is gonna be a lot of work. Okay, my pricing for fixing all this, the way you treat your familiar, and the way your familiar treats you, is gonna come to a flat 600 gold per day.
Per day. Okay.
Honey, let me explain, okay? I take it you clearly water it, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing you're forgetting. You're on a ship in the middle of the ocean. The salt water in the air tends to dehydrate plant-based familiars a lot more frequently. As such, you need to give them usually twice the amount. That way in the case of tree-like familiars, the way their bark is a lot more sturdy and a lot more hydrated. In the case of this, he just pets gently on the side of your familiar as he pulls away and gestures it towards you. And keep in mind, he's only putting it with his bare hand. I'm able to get as you see what looks like some flakes of bark on it. As you can see, this is not healthy. If this were fall, maybe, and then it would depend on the tree. Does this look healthy to you?
She just starts counting out 600 gold pieces.
No, honey. That is not even the worst. That's not even the worst. And, basically, yeah, he goes into depth as to how terribly, in his perspective, you are treating your familiar. Basically, he's the Gordon Ramsay of familiars.
This guy sounds like me when talking about God.
Yeah. Basically, he's very passionate about his familiars. So it's 600 gold per day. So multiply that by a week.
Oh God!
You will have advantage on checks because you rolled a 20 in your investigation. You will have advantage on checks for training regarding him because he will be accommodating. And whenever you make a single point of progress, it is doubled. So if you critically succeed, yeah.
That's 420 platinum for the entire week.
Nice.
Exactly. That is a nice number. She'll pay it throughout the week. I'm subtracting 420.
Nice. Look, man, he's expensive because you get what you pay for.
Someone to yell at your face. What do I roll?
One moment. So I need to pull up this thing for him. Oh yeah, and he will cover the He'll cover treatment for your familiar due to their dehydration and having to scour around for food. And actually, he also explains that because you haven't been hydrating it properly, that it is having to resort to hunting around for other sources of hydration. In the case of that, a rat.
I mean, to be fair, we were engaged in a murder plot.
He doesn't give a shit. You're paying for his opinion and for his special because you're paying for his opinion and for his expertise in familiar treatment and care.
Mhm. What do I roll?
Animal handling with advantage.
Oh.
And you have to succeed. You have to gain a total of. Let's see here. Where is it? Right. Yeah, 6 checks. It also decreases the number of checks you would need to make by 2. So normally it would be an 8. Right. So make one last animal handling check. Okay. All right. So throughout the week, he drills you like some sort of drill sergeant. At times he is far more calm. You can very clearly tell he cares about his familiar and your familiar, even though it is not his. Do you decide to confront him regarding that on your break times
I
or
will.
lunch and other such things?
I will, like, when they're both there, apologize to the familiar and then to the Gordon Ramsay dude. Uh, like, to the familiar, like, I'm sorry I wasn't taking proper care of you. I shall do better. And then talk to the Ramsey guy. I don't know his actual name.
Oh, that's fine. Let me just pull up his name. If Roll20 will decide not to freeze up on me. Let's see here. Here it is. I'll just type it out. His nickname is Small Time. Yes, go ahead. It's a dumb nickname, but it was made a long time ago, and I was tired.
Mm-hmm. During the break time, she'll go up to him. I never quite realized the in-depth care. It was kind of just plopped on me with my patron.
It's fine. You're a kid. You don't know anything. Like you said, it just dropped in front of you. The only thing you get is, well, I had to earn my familiar, all right. You have an idea how many fairy dragons the queen of the spring court hands to any gnome?
I'm just going to assume few and far between.
None. I'm the first of any gnome to have ever earned a fairy fairy dragon. So yeah, I'm a lot more intense than your soft-handed trainers. Because up until recently, the Fae never really gave a shit too much about us gnomes. Next thing you know, I'm noticing a notable warlock later, and people start to pay more attention to us. You know, people give us credit for give us shit for tinkering and tricking people and being good at illusions. You know what people don't give us credit for?
Mm.
Our care of cattle, our care of animals, our druids. We're pretty good in our own right. People don't give us too much credit because, I'm a halflings. Not because of halflings generally. When people think of smaller folk, they don't think of us gnomes. People think of halflings. And to be fair, most halflings are okay. It just gets tiresome after a couple hundred generations.
Mm.
It's also tiresome having to prove yourself.
Mm. Well, it just means you'll give the best care you can. If no one's going to do it right, why do it at all?
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I'm pushing you so hard.
I mean,
I get
and
so
I
pissed off when somebody doesn't treat their familiar right. Yeah, sure, when they die, it's all fun and games because you bring them back and then they'll have them die again and bring them back and die again. But do you have any sort of idea what sort of stress it causes them? They're still creatures. They may be spirits, but they're still creatures. If you don't treat your familiar right, next thing you know, it's going to stab you in the back the moment it gets a chance. And maybe it never happens. And ends up becoming messed up for the rest of its existence.
Mm. Definitely food for thought. I never quite pictured it like that.
Of course not. That's why not many people take familiar competition so seriously. Grooming and actual feeding and care of your familiars is important. Soldiers, until they start to create a bond with their familiars, don't really know that. Especially mercenaries. Life's cheap, but doesn't mean you should be treating them cheaply.
Mhm. She just nods along. She's full-heartedly paying attention. She's into this.
Yeah. Just understanding his perspective of things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Do you have any other questions to him, or?
Uh, hmm. Not really. Other than I can understand wanting it to give it your all. I make I sew things for a living. I'm a seamstress. I'm always putting my 100% into it, and actually 110, if anything. And it, it's nice knowing that there's a passion for this. I see what I'm doing wrong, and I want to make amends for it. I thank you for that.
It's fine. Maybe I'm being a bit too hard. Like I said, people don't take this sort of stuff seriously. And as your training comes to an end, sorry.
No, she just nods along. That's it.
And as your training comes to an end, you feel your bond with your familiar become a lot more intricate as you are starting to be able to have it perform more complex maneuvers. much more complex actions.
Do I need to go for another week?
Nope, you actually completed it in total. I only said
Oh.
6 checks, and each time you succeeded with advantage, you'd gain an additional point of progress.
Oh,
So yeah, you completed it already.
dope. I'll add that in my character. I'm going to spend another week working on my dress. But this time I'm gonna, take breaks to check on familiar and make sure they're all right. See Weaver's tools.
Yep.
Advantage.
For the second week, or sorry, third week. My bad. All right, that's 1.
Oh, that's leather workers.
It's fine. We'll just ignore that. Just roll the 2 more Weaver's Tools checks.
Okay.
So just add in. Oh, by the way, add into your character sheet, Alvin Smalltime Gur as a potential contact. He is Erytherian. He was just raised in the Serenan Empire.
Oh, another. Okay. I'm adding it in right now.
All right. So in regards to your progress, you start to paint it. You start to apply the dyes a bit more. It's again difficult. Again, same problems. You almost fail a few times. You almost get it. You almost accidentally stain it where you didn't intend to. But you eventually get the dress complete. As at the moment, let's see here. But yeah, as essentially you managed to complete the coloration on it. Now, if you want to apply like more complex things such as engravings or embossing, that is an option.
This is just the main part, right? Because I was hoping to do some.
You complete the main dress.
Okay.
You can just so there's no like intricate detail work or anything like that. Just have the dress as is.
Okay, because I do want to add some accessories like a I don't know, like a shawl sort of thing that goes around. Maybe some embossing, do some extra things to make it look nicer.
All right. What sort of material would you like to use for the embossing or for the what was it? The other thing you said? Cloak, poncho.
I don't know what to call it. It's like a
Like a
like
wraparound cloth scarf.
Yeah. Let me send you an example.
I think I know what it is, but I don't want to call it too early.
Yeah. I've been looking a lot of reference material on Pinterest. I sent it.
Ooh, that's nice. Actually, yeah, there'll be a shoulder cloak. Yeah, shoulder cape.
That's what it was. I kind of had the same idea as I sent you, except with like red with green accents, and instead of the gold, have it like a shadow gold. Like I don't know what you call it. It's shadow stained, or I don't know what the proper name for it is.
Like a
It's
wine
black.
red rather than just a normal red? Or like depending on
So
the amount of
yeah,
exposure to the light, it sort of changes color somewhat? Like wine red
uh,
car paint?
uh, not in exactly, but uh, it base red tone, green accents here and there, and then uh, the black accents. Uh, unless I find exactly how it is in my head, I won't be able to accurately describe it.
That's alright, man, I understand. But in terms of
Uh,
what you want it
uh,
made out of, I do need to know what material you would be using.
uh, I
If you want
think
more Pride silk,
I
that's
don't
fine, it's going to be more
know.
expensive. If you want to use normal silk, that's also
Yeah,
available.
I mean, I have silk available. I might just go with basic silk for the shoulder cape. It's not the main focus is an accent.
Yeah,
And
what's
then
a proper
there's
word?
the embossing.
It's uh I keep forgetting the turn of phrase. Oh well.
Uh, none of Weaver's tools.
Yes, another weaver's tools.
One, two's in the ether.
Give it a moment. There we go.
And then here's the last one coming up.
Alright. This is a lot
Oh,
easier.
that's,
This is much roll again, just normally. We'll count the higher result of the two.
yeah. Okay.
22. So, the cloak, compared to the Pride Silk, this is so much easier. Especially since you're not focusing on like specific details or decals or anything like that, make a much more intricate sort of design to your dress, to your thing, your shoulder cloak. It's a lot uh, simpler to sort of build around and design. It's really just an addition. You just have to like measure like where you'd want it to like fall towards. Like, do you want it to fall to your hips or to your thighs or to your knees or to your ankles? What?
Uh, knees to my knees to the thighs, lower thighs.
All right,
Uh, yeah, something like around that area.
all right, easy enough. It's a
Not
simple.
dre-
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Well, it's simple enough thing. You just have to measure it out using your materials and the such. How much silk do you have?
Let me check my inventory. Uh, I have three large spools of silk.
Two spools. Okay, this will only use like less than half of your silk. You're a spool.
Okay.
So yeah, you still have your two spools. I'll just inform you when your
Tune.
spool starts running out
Okay.
because
Uh,
it's a simple thing. And, yeah, you're using a lot of materials, but you're not making any mistakes in this one. As you
uh,
sketch it out, you plan it and all that. You choose your dyes, etc.
Let's see. There's elbow gloves I want with it.
Hmm. Well, if you want, you can PM me exactly what you have in mind. But
It's
that was just for the small decals.
Yeah. There's the elbow gloves and then a tiara, but I'm gonna have to find somewhere else for that because I don't have metalworking tools. But that'd be it. Uh, how much time do I have left?
Let's see here. Let's see here. Technically, let's see here. From your weaver's tools regarding your, finishing up your dress with the dyes and the such. If that counted as one, the three counted as 1 week. And then there's the other weaver's tools made for the shoulder length, the thigh length, uh, shoulder cloak. So let's see here. Uh, so you finished up a week. So make 2 more checks if you want to add more. As it's basically a combination of sketching it out, planning, and all that.
Okay. 2 more weaver tools. One. And here's 2.
All right. So you managed to finish the elbow length gloves. They're not particularly too tight, but they're not too. They don't have too much space in them. If it makes any sense, it's not like you've worn them for a while. It just feels like a solid fit.
Mhm. Uh, that's really it. I'll probably have my hair up in a nice way.
Yeah.
Have to find.
Mhm.
How many more weeks do I have?
Let's see here. 1, 2. Oh, actually, one more tools check if you want to finish up the week with. So actually, you have one check you can do if you want to start something.
I do want to get started on the helping hands. That allows me to use my spell modifier.
All right. You do have a train. You do know someone who can train you in that. The question is, are you willing to pay for it?
Depends how much.
Because you're starting. Because I'm assuming you've applied the teachings to heart. It just lowers it to 150 per day. Basically, 15 plot per 15 plot per day.
Let me pull up a calculator.
Yeah, he knows what he's worth.
Let's see. 15. That's 100. I'll splurge 105. Platinum. I've got plenty.
150 plot gold. Like it's just for like this, like the first few days of the, 2 days of the week, before the end of the 3rd week.
It's 15 platinum per day, right?
15 platinum per day, yeah. So that'll make it 30 platinum in total.
I'll do that. Get a head start.
Okay, roll an animal handling with advantage.
Oh, is this
Because remember, the teacher's particularly good.
And is this for same for the familiar?
Yeah, this is the same for the familiar because it's basically the same thing as you're basically training it to do something it normally wouldn't. It can do, but it normally isn't capable of
I think
using rituals and stuff like that. Hmm?
I think we're getting a little confused. The helping hand allows me to use minor cantrip magic to improve my ability with tools.
Oh, okay, my bad, my bad. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. Scratch that thing. Scratch off the thing. I thought it was for the familiar. My bad. I did it dumb. That is on me.
Wait, that
In
means
that
you can use
case,
familiar's feats?
Yeah.
no. That is, well, not so much that as it's something that your familiar is modified by. Almost like fate,
It,
but it's applied to you. So
yeah.
if the familiar dies and it's brought back, it doesn't lose anything.
It gains an extra dice thing. Automatically, it gains an extra hit die and does +1 damage. That's kind of it. It has a bunch of other abilities like the bonded companion. I can, when it's subject to a attack, I can take half of it, or as long as it's on the same plane, I know where it is at all times, and they know where to find me at all times. It's really nice. I could send it to you. But for the helping hands, uh, what do I?
That's not. Well, that's not familiar related. Sorry. One moment.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's see. So I had to remind my. I had to rewind my brain because again, I did the dumb. Oh well. As long as I'm learning from it, it's fine. Come on. Forgiving my internet is acting is quite slow. Oh, there we go. And now it's just loading. Helping hand. Okay, this would actually just be a straight, survival check due to the nature of your magic.
Okay.
Unless you want to search for a teacher who can probably help you with this.
Uh, I think I will look for a teacher. I mean, I might as well. It lets me branch out and talk to people.
All right. That'll be another investigation. 13.
Ooh.
You find someone who knows how to do that and who is willing to teach. It's
How much?
10 gold pieces per day. He doesn't really have much of a need for money, but he's wants to earn a little bit of money off the side for what he knows.
Oh, I will gladly spend 7 platinum.
Well, it'll only be yeah, so
Well,
well, it'll be 8 platinum or not 8 gold. Or 80 gold, my bad, so 8 platinum.
yeah.
Because we're counting the 2 additional days.
Yeah, what do I roll?
That'll require a survival check from your side.
Advantage?
So just make it, yeah, with advantage on your end. So first one for so the week ends as you, so third week ends as you gain a bit of progress. You have to make in total 6 points of progress. So you made 1.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll 2 more times.
Yeah, this guy isn't particularly, spectacular or anything like that, but yeah. So, okay. So 3 in total. We'll make 1 more survival check for to end the 4th and final week of the first month.
Oh shit, this is only for the first month. Oh no.
Yes. You're starting to run low on things.
I've ran out.
So is that last one? 27?
Hmm.
Or have you not clicked on it yet?
That was it. The 27 was the last
Alright.
one.
So you've made 4 points of progress.
Oh,
As the first month comes to an end.
Oh, okay. It's not doubled?
Nope. If you had rolled a 20 or above, then you would have gotten a trainer who would have doubled your learning rate.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll pay for 2 more checks, I guess.
For 4 more days? Okay, so 40 platinum. So make 2 more survival checks. Okay, never mind, scratch that. He refunds you 2 platinum because you have completed your training early.
Hmm. Okay, and I'll spend the last of this mingling with people.
Alright, so that will be a performance with advantage. For, let's see here. Yeah, for first 2 times, roll 2 performance checks with advantage.
Are you sure it's not
It's performance because you're socializing. Persuasion would be like in more like diplomatic acts if you're trying to convince someone to do something they would otherwise not do. Performance is just you generally being entertaining.
I'm gonna reroll that.
All right, using your once per session reroll on this. Okay,
Much better.
21. All right, you managed, and the second one. Oh yeah, actually yeah, for the second one, please, because it's the MD. Yep. All right, you start to chat up some people. Let's see here. All right, so do you have your notes pulled out on your character sheet
I do.
in regards to social contacts? Okay, so you have.
Let's see. There's Taylor Bjorn, the Reshite family, and then the Elven. These are all the people I've made contacts so far.
Okay. Wait, actually, let me pull up something because I think there's Adolf Vega. Yes. Yep. Just confirming. Magda Chistevor for and the Badvia Ashtikar for Flint. Okay. Yeah. And also the gnome man who you've made contact with. Male.
Go on.
Yeah. Male gnome. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. So you managed to actually start chatting up some rather interesting people. Well, an interesting person, rather. Actually, an Erytherian. He is a. Let's see, yeah, he is an Erytherian. He's actually a. He actually owns a. He owns several wineries across several small wineries across most of Eryther's cities and cities. Basically, but he himself is actually did I already say that he's a druid?
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, he is a druid, so he oftentimes uses that in addition to in addition to the normal agricultural practices when it comes to winemaking. Make sure that they're that they're ripe but not too ripe, as well as exposing how much of the sort of how much of the ripe the how much controlling how much exposure certain fruits have to ripe fruits.
What was his family's name?
One moment, I'm pulling that up because it is right here and it is being a pain in the Yes. Come on. He's actually a half elf as well, half elven as well. Actually, sorry, scratch that. Sorry, half dwarven, which is quite rare. They very rarely are born when it comes to the union of humans and dwarves. So it's quite interesting to see one. Let's see here. Here it is. What the hell? No, that's weird. Okay, wrong one. Wrong fucking thing. Okay, so... Alright, his name is Dobroslav Borislav. Or, Boguslav. Wrong person. I'll just write it down. There we go. Hello?
Yeah, I'm just writing it down.
Ah, shit, I can't hear anything. Give me a moment. Sorry, I couldn't hear the ambiance from the music bot. I generally just use that to make sure if the audio isn't... The Discord isn't messing up with me. So yeah, you have made contact with Dobroslav Gogoslav, a half-dwarven wine entrepreneur who is... basically, he's talked to you a good bit about... I guess the two of you have spoken about druidic practices and the many benefits thereof of using more natural leaning magics in the production of food rather than using divine or arcane means due to the at times general mutations that some foods can coalesce. Like in the cases of some wineries that rely on thaumatic magic, it generally just leads to some cases of some grapes becoming actually glowing and taking a lot more time to ripen, or with arcane, in the case of using arcane magics to actually, enhance the growth of a plant. Sure, it'll work, but sometimes they'll end up growing limbs and eyes, and that's generally not something that's good. Just basically talking the shit about crops and such. Also, in terms of cattle and things like that, things people would gather from nature.
Chief Hanjume swears up and down that arcane magic makes food taste off or something.
Yes, that's how you get cactus people. Yes, cactus is very good, but I would not recommend for using arcane magic to grow food. I don't want my cabbage to start spouting philosophical questions towards me, like, why am I here? What is my purpose?
You make a great point. When I'm eating a carrot, I don't want it to taste like a watermelon.
Yeah, I mean, the first time it's kind of interesting, kind of fun, but that's the third time it gets disturbing. Well, yeah, the two of you just start talking the shit and stuff about druidic things, and about having a odd parentage. Apparently, some people confused him as being like just a short and really well built human at one point. But his dwarven father was always a bit distant, but that's generally how more traditional dwarven families are, until they start partying.
Mm. Uh, I never really knew my father. He kind of ran out when when my dryad mother said, "Oh, she's pregnant," whether on his own or because she threw him out.
Yes, parentages from different species, from different races, can be a bit complex, some more than others, like with humans and elves. But it's not to say, it shouldn't be attempted, At the end, love wins. And, if they care about each other long enough, things turn out to be much more healthy and all that. No, that's certainly the case with no, that's certainly the case with my mother. God rest her. God bless her. There's patience for my father. Yes, yeah.
She nods her head. Your mother's very difficult when she's not tending to the court. But what can you do? Dryads are fickle.
Do I know it? I don't know from a Dryadic perspective, but I do know from a Druidic perspective. Mom was a practitioner. The father was.
Well,
But. Hello?
okay.
Sorry. Yeah. So he said, yes, he just says, I don't understand this from your perspective. I know, like, I understand, like, the differences of, people who practice nature magic because his mom was a druid and his father was a tinkerer. So, an odd couple, but not an unhappy couple. They just have their moments.
I can drink to that.
Yep. I would drink, but appears that the bartender is somehow able to discern your age. Oh god, the yes, he ends up. So the only beverage the bartender is willing to give you is non-alcoholic beverages, which either come to fruit juices, water, clean water, and milk. Don't worry, it has been pasteurized. It's on one of those scenarios. This is a high class ship. You get the high class milk.
Huh. Why is it in one bar I'm legal, but in this one I'm not?
Huh? It's because, well, first thing, it's because in this bar you're allowed because they serve non-alcoholic beverages, and the other one is because they only serve alcoholic beverages. So it's better to just not let kids, quote unquote, children in, because they don't want to have to deal with the lawsuits. And before you ask, yes, there are laws that they would have to. There's some things they would have to pay for if it were to come out, and it would come out, especially since they're going to the Avrani Union.
Huh. I mean, that kind of doesn't. So I was allowed alcohol because they have any non-alcoholic.
They allow you into the bar, or quote unquote the restaurant, basically, because they had non-alcoholic beverages. But in the other restaurant where that other murder took place, that one only served alcoholic beverages. So children, or quote unquote children, were not allowed. People not of age, basically, were not allowed in.
And whatever. 1 minute I'm of age. Next thing you know, I'm.
Yeah, this one they actually follow the law as written. If you're not biologically an adult, if you're not by your species or blood, if you are not an adult, then you don't get alcohol.
Oh, that's.
It varies from race to race because races develop at different speeds. dwarves and humans, elves, etc. That sort of thing.
Okay, so the other one I was allowed because they were following dwarven.
Yeah, they're going by dwarvish standards. This one they're going by like the actual legal battery of standards.
Oh, that's. Oh wow.
Welcome to being 20, but welcome to being 20 where you're not old enough to drink, but you're old enough to go to war. Yeah.
I'm old enough to serve in a secret society of people that stop global annihilation, but I'm not old enough to have a drink.
Yeah, basically. Anyways, so yeah. You have a nice, pleasant conversation with this guy. He doesn't, like, approach you in any way. He just in there for the he just talks to you for the company because apparently there's not a lot of druids on board. I mean, I wonder why. Grumbles in giant dwarvish unnatural machine speak. Anyway, so let's see here. That ends the first week. Oh, okay. He DC. Okay, there we go. Mass, are you there? Mast.
Duke is dead, Crabbrave.
No. Oh. Where are you? Where's the... Okay. Wait.
Fury is also not here. Welcome back, Auntie.
Yes. It's okay. Take your time. In the meantime, Dino, have you finally decided on what you want to go for?
There are many things to go for, and none of them have to do with interacting with people in a social manner, because that's not something Lucid's interested in. So I've presented you with a number of things that I would wish to obtain. Some of them more obtainable than others. First thing, finding a master of games would be something nice.
Yeah, that's a lot easier to find.
Just because Lucid wants to play some board games, you know?
And cheat them using psionics, yes.
This is the closest thing Lucid's ever going to get to relaxing. It's like, with this massive brain. So yeah, I'm going to look around for a master of board game.
Alright, let's see here. Investigation for me.
Investigation. That's a 21.
Yeah, you managed to find someone. He is a much older human fellow. He has more wrinkles on his face than looks like. He just has a lot of wrinkles on his face. It's very difficult to discern what is skin or what is like what are wrinkles and what is just flab from aging, from old and withered skin. And what are actually scars, as he appears to be playing quite the interesting game of chess.
Direct answer, or we just want to check?
Dragon chess. As according to those watching over the game, overseeing it, he is about to checkmate his opponent after no more than 5 turns.
Oh, wow.
Which,
Either he's really good or the guys he's playing is really bad.
Yeah. As he just checkmates it, the young man just sort of, he actually gets up, does a curtsy before shaking the elder man's hand, who, while not able to curtsy, most likely due to being composed of flesh and living a long time, just settles with shaking his hand and nodding towards him sagely.
Does the young one walk away?
Yeah, he walks away. He just goes to like a nearby server and asks for like some food and shit.
I'm just gonna slide his seat. Care for a game?
What's the name?
I don't understand what the old man is saying. What?
What's here?
What?
What's here?
I don't know what that means.
He just reaches into his coat where you see a large horn.
Mm-hmm.
Not like horn as in that came from a beast. I mean, it probably came from a beast. But as he places it against his ear, one end towards his ear. Can you repeat that?
Has he realized that I'm speaking into his brain?
Make an insight check.
I think he's a bit confused. That's a 25.
He's fucking with you.
You have a unique sense of humor, old man. Well, actually, judging
It's
by...
not every day. It's not every day I get to speak with a telepath.
Well, I must say, judging by your race, well, I'm actually probably older.
Yeah. I mean, probably. Can't really see all that well because the distance between us very, very short-sighted. So, yeah.
And yet you play fine dragon chess.
Yeah, I just need to be able to see the board to calculate what my opponent may try to do.
Would you care for a friendly game, then?
Sure. You want to make it more interesting, though?
In what way?
I can smell a lot on you. You got a lot of paper, and you smell of ink. That must mean that you're pretty wealthy to afford all those traditionally luxury items, considering the quality of the ink that I smell and the quality of the paper. And judging by your cavalier attitude, you seem quite confident in your abilities. Who knows, maybe you might give me a run for my money, which brings me to, as he sort of like slowly, with a shaky hand, reaches towards his pocket and pulls out a pouch of gold, a pouch of coins, sorry, and pulls out, let's see here, in like clumps of 30 platinum, and sets it down onto the side of the dragon chess board. I'm not gonna put a turn limit on this, but I bet I can beat you relatively easily.
Perhaps.
If you beat me, I may be willing to teach you a few tricks of the trade, or maybe more. Depends on how impressed I am.
Very well. I'll take out 30 platinum of my own. Place it off to the side.
Alright. There's a server who puts the coins into a small tray. And so, are you proficient in dragon's chess? In dragon chess?
With a straight hint.
Okay. Straight intelligence. Unless you'd like to use anything interesting to cheat.
How the fuck cheat chess?
Well, it's a mental
With a
game.
cheat spell?
Yeah.
Or detect thoughts.
I do have the ability to read surface level emotions. Higher tier stuff.
Emotions, but can you hear thoughts? And also thoughts?
Not quite that high.
So you just want to play fair?
Yeah, not interested in dirty tricks, really. I mean, I assume
Alright.
beat me.
Alright, making a general intelligence check.
That's a 14. Well,
Do you want to re-roll it?
Maybe. Sure. Oh wow, it's worse.
Holy sh! Okay.
Rolls.
Let's see here. All right, plus his intelligence modifier, and
I assume he's
right.
so.
I just need to tell you to what degree he defeats you.
Yes.
So,
How badly is your shit getting kicked in?
Boy, Andy's doing math.
So, in less than 5 turns, in 4 turns, he captures your queen.
That's unfortunate.
In less than the amount of turns that the other guy had, which was 5, if I recall correctly.
I haven't lost, but it's certainly not going well.
I'll give you credit where credit's due. You have quite the interesting start, moving that pawn over. But you have to keep an eye on the other. You have to use all pieces of the board. As he gestures towards the server, who just hands it over, hands the plate. You know, I like your gumption. A lot of people want. You probably don't know my reputation, do you?
I can't say I do, though I did come seeking a man who is good at these types of things.
You've come to the right place, but to probably the worst person you probably could have ever tried to look for teaching. Let's see here. I'm gonna say 40? Yeah, 40. No, yeah, 40 year long winning. Not just Dragon Chess, but a few other games as well. Champion.
Would you call him a grandmaster?
Grandmaster, Dragon Chess Game Master, basically.
Oh. I would love to see the Immortal game between him and another chess master.
Yeah. He's just sort of says, "So, you want to learn how to game almost like the best, huh?"
I would be much obliged.
Well, you come to the right place. I'm willing to teach you what I can for a measly fee.
Well, unfortunately for me, that bet you just made with me sweeps me of most of them.
Oh, don't worry. That's just going to cover the first few days. See, I would be willing to train you for the next few more days. Let's say a week, for a favor. But it's going to be a bit tricky, and I don't know if you're going to be stopping on your way in the Abrani Union. What was that city called again? Coit. Yeah, Coit. Are you stopping by Coit? Oh, that might be interesting.
Are we? I don't think we...
Yeah, you're stopping into Coit.
Oh, okay.
When the cruise ship ends. Yeah. Well, in that case, I need you to speak to someone.
Oh, that's how you spell it. Okay, I see. Yeah, so you...
He pulls out something from his pocket and begins to unfold it as he slides over across the chessboard. As you see, you see a young man. Looks like he's in about his early to late 20s, standing beside this much taller-looking elvish woman with. It appears to be like a hand-painted portrait, as that appears quite old. The color's a bit faded, but the human man appears to have like very salt and pepper hair, with bright, sorry, not bright, but warm brown eyes, and appears to have like a very clear face. Very much, and judging by his facial structure, appears very similar to this man. And the elvish woman beside him appears to be High Elven, Sun Elf descent. That, let's see here, appears to have golden hair and bright green eyes with a smile, with a very similar smile, with a very warm-looking smile. The elven woman is standing beside him, and as he is holding what looks like a small trophy. You see that lady, that pretty lady in there?
Hmm. Yeah.
That's my wife. She's quite the looker, and also the mother to my son, who hasn't spoken to me in a few decades. Yeah, Father of the Year. Well, I just need you to send him this letter. I'm just gonna give it to you once we're done with your training.
And easy.
Think of it. Yeah. The problem is the lady herself. She's quite stubborn, much like I. But I mean, that just makes it a lot more interesting. Anyways, so yeah, if you'd deliver that letter to my son, you know, I can train as much as you'd like. But not for too long. I still gotta sleep.
Of course. A simple favor for a wonderful trade.
I wish you the best of luck with dealing with her. So, well, let's begin. And with that, we'll begin the training thing. So this is going to require either an investigate. This will require an insight check.
Insight. Well, that's one higher than my straight in.
So if you'd like, 3 insight checks for the first week of the first month.
One. Falls off towards the end.
So 2 points of it's with advantage before I forget. Yep.
Ah, okay.
So
In that case, gonna roll 3 more times. So we're just gonna say the 3 more are in order of them.
yeah.
Worse. Better.
Okay. You make 2 points. You make 2 points of progress, double to 4. As he walks you through the much more intricate sections, certain maneuvers that are more commonly used, the benefits of using setting up certain pieces to sacrifice them, so that way other pieces, if your opponent is willing to take the bait, so that way you get a much easier line of access towards the queen, is it queen or king? Yeah, the king, which is the piece you want to go after.
Mm-hmm.
It's generally, basically, it's a bit of some slight subterfuge in game, as well as some interesting, interesting approaches to certain games. So, if you want, you can make.
Can I come? Because she said that she would have to be gone today in about half an hour, and she left.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll probably the same with Lunch Upper. I will PM them and ask them what they'd like to do.
All right. Cool.
And if they have time, all that stuff.
And that's if he's even figured out what he wants to do.
True. Either way. So, in regards, so you've completed 2 points of progress and finished the first week. Would you like to continue?
Yes.
All right.
My brain must grow larger.
Make another insight. Make another insight check with advantage because he's walking you through it. 1, because you've made 4 points of progress. You need to make a total of 6.
23.
Okay. So you finish your training, and as you finish the training, he hands you a sealed letter.
I assume I'm not allowed to gaze upon the intricacies.
Yeah, it's just for him.
Very well. May I have a name, of course. It would make delivering much easier.
Well, the name of my son, he's definitely should be going by Hubert if the lawyer did their job. One moment. I just need to pull up the name of the person you just trained from. Oh, come on. Sorry. Names.
Names are
I'm
hard.
getting them mixed up with someone else.
Names are very hard.
Yeah. Well, not very hard, difficult, but yeah.
If you, me.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. William Clairbold. That's the your teacher's name, and the son should be Lance Clairbold. Or sorry, Hubert Clairbold. I'll write down the name for you into the Roll20 chat.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Those down
so,
And I have
William Clairbold and
yes.
Hmm?
I have received the feat. Yes.
Yep, you have received the feat.
Very good.
So aside from Dragon, well, you don't have to choose Dragon Chess, but he
Yeah,
teaches
choose
you, so you can choose whichever ones.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So yeah. So the day afterwards, you are informed that that William has died
Oh
in his sleep.
man,
Oh no.
I got in there last minute.
It is marked as natural, as he appears as his heart just basically stopped
The fools. They didn't
from
realize that I
old
was
age.
poisoning through our games of chess.
Jesus fuck.
The madman.
Well, that's unfortunate. Now I have double the reason to deliver this letter.
And you have gained. Oh, and you gained. And you get a. Let's see here. From his last will, on the table, that 60 platinum be returned to you, be given to you from
Fine.
his funds. So he gave you back the money he got from you.
So I get the 30 back, or do I get?
You get 60.
All right.
You get 30 and extra, and you get twice the amount.
Hell, Drop
Imagine
it.
paying. Wow, imagine paying to train someone.
can you imagine not being paid to be trained?
So yeah, you were basically trained by a world-class teacher in this case.
Apparently.
All right, and is there anything
Plus
else?
13 to Dragon Chess now.
Actually, it uses your wisdom, not your intelligence, because you're basically reading their. Yeah, you're reading their body, their
You can
body
still.
language, as well as calculating. So, but it's mostly body language.
All right.
Actually, no, it's intelligence. My bad. I'm thinking of cards. My bad.
You fool.
Sorry. I did a dumb again. My bad. My bad.
You're not allowed to do a dumb.
You're the
Anyways,
DM
so
and to be better.
Bro, just do it.
Be better.
Also, while all of this, I would like
getting.
to obtain, if possible, obtain fucking right item. The item for Dex, if that is a thing I can obtain on the ship, and if not, I will just find whether or not I can.
An item of Dex, similar to what exactly? Like a belt of dwarven kind?
Belt of Giant Strength, Amulet of Health, same similar effect, except for Dex.
Alright, one moment.
We'll probably sadly have to remove my Hat of Wizardry in order to attune to it, but
There is a tiara for sale of elvish design that will increase your dexterity by 2, but not your maximum. You also gain proficiency in basically an elvish version of the belt of dwarven kind. A tiara of elvish
you can do it.
nimbleness, basically. A tiara of elvish nimbleness, basically.
If you don't want it, I'll definitely take it.
An advantage on saving throws against against charms. And unable to be forced asleep.
Well, it is +2 to Dex, which is great. There's also an attunement slot and there's some other benefits. How much would it cost?
It is roughly the same. It is basically the same cost as a belt of dwarven kind, because yes, I can hear the arguments. It's Constitution, that's Dex. It's a lot more useful. Well, there's a difference in that case. Constitution being, yes, a much more important thing, but Dex affects a lot more skills, and it's generally a more skill-based ability score. Sorry. Come on. What are you doing?
Price comes due?
One moment. Sorry, it's taking its sweet time.
How dare you?
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Alright. Alright. Where are you? What are you doing? Ah, come on. Stop it. Ah, here it is. 900 gold pieces.
And well, I can't afford that. Which brings me to my next point. I need money. Are there any, perhaps, rich nobles who would want lessons in various basic stuff in Arcana?
Make a... what would this be? Performance? See if you can sell yourself, basically.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to sell directly. If possible, I want to find a mediator, someone who's like, hey, we're looking for a person.
Okay, then... So just applying it to the more wealthy individuals who may be interested? And if so, what type of stuff? Certain things will be more value than others.
Specifically searching for those who have a decent amount of money, who are looking for basic tutoring in Arcane to more advanced stuff if they're capable of it. If certification is required to make sure I'm not like a sham, I can obviously provide certification that I am in fact I'm a member of the Seven Nobles Guild, and probably somewhere I'm registered as like a wizard and or scion.
Not as scion, but as a wizard, yeah. You'd have to once you run a union, register as one.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do that just for like legal reasons.
And there's no price tag to register as one. That's just because it's so new. They don't really pay for that. You don't have to pay for that sort of thing. Let's see here. So, one moment, as I will roll for the person, for the person you will be contacting. All right. So he's able to find a few people.
Hmm.
How many days would you like to spend?
We can probably put 2 weeks on
At
it.
most, mind you.
Probably 2 weeks.
All right. He managed to find someone who is looking for a tutor for their son
All right.
regarding the arcane arts, as he appears to be a sorcerer of arcane descent.
No.
Basically, walking him through like the more intricate stuff.
I mean, I am not a user of sorceress magic.
But again, okay, how do I explain this?
Similar principles
He doesn't-
will apply, obvious, but
How do I explain this? Yes, he has an innate understanding of it, but it's not just muscle memory in his case. It's also mental. He is able to actually mentally formulate the symbols and what's the proper term phrase? Symbols and formula of it. Whereas a sorcerer just does it, he is able to just do it, and he's also able to mentally recall it due to his ancestry of of sorceress magic being mental, not innate.
well, kid seems pretty unique. I'll look at it. What are they offering in term price? Do we have a set rate, or am I offering them a price? No,
Yeah.
that's not an answer to my question.
Because they are willing to pay you 6 platinum per day.
It's not bad.
Basically 60 gold per day, which comes to like... shit, actually, now that I think about it,
For 2 weeks? That's
like $60 a day
that's
for like 8 hours, which is...
well.
I mean, if I did do it for 84 platinum over 2 weeks, it's not bad.
In total, Yeah, keep in mind they're offering less because he already knows some. He just needs a tutor to help him better comprehend it.
Well, by that logic, they're charging lower for something more. Unless we are talking about more refining his basic skills, in which case.
Then in that case, roll if you want to.
I don't have good persuasion. So if you want to tell me to roll persuasion, not going to happen. But
It would be in this case. It would be an intelligence-based persuasion.
intelligence-based
So use
persuasion.
your intelligence in place of your charisma, because you're approaching this from an academic standard, not a.
Well, then it's just straight in roll. And that's a 10.
All right. Let's see here.
I'm having the best rolls. Straight in.
Fucking 4. Okay.
Nice.
They changed the price to 12 platinum per day.
All right, that's much better. Very exempt. I'll do it, kid.
All right. They are actually not human, elf or any of the sort.
Mhm.
He has blue skin and no body hair whatsoever.
He a fish boy?
Nope, no sign of gills. Make a history or nature check.
History or 24.
All right. These people, these peoples actually are from the Avrani Union. They mostly live on close to the equator of the Avrani Union, where it's a lot more nice and tropical and humid. Let's see here. They are called Vidalcan.
Oh, that's very cool.
They've existed there for quite a long time. In fact, they're basically the natives of they're the natives of the coastline, and they were also one of the many tribes of Adalkin. Eventually formed their own government, and once the Iranian Union started becoming a lot more, was starting to gain in more prevalency politically, they joined the Iranian Union to, well, offer their wisdom and counsel, as they are known to be quite powerful mages, and they're known to be quite powerful wizards and mages, which makes sense as to his source of blood being that of intelligence rather than just willpower.
So what's the kid's general attitude towards the tutoring?
He is not displaying any amount of emotion whatsoever, as is kind of normal with Vidalkin. They're not particularly emotive.
Yeah. So
But he's reciprocative. But he is reciprocative towards your teachings.
Yeah, I'll train the kid. Am I rolling Arcana or anything? Or is this just...
No, actually, this would not be Arcana. Because because Arcana would be like if you're relaying knowledge of the arcane to somebody who already knows it, or if you're just recalling your own knowledge of it. Let's see here.
Hope this shit ain't charisma based. Lucid is many things. Charismatic is not one of them.
Alright, so make 2... let's see here. The DC is not that high. Before I end up forgetting, the DC itself is not particularly high.
I also have Sylvana with me, of course.
A, it's a child. Yeah, because A, it's a child, and B, he has some prior experience. Hello? Let's see here. So, hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Okay.
Here, loud and clear. So,
Okay.
this...
Well, I'm back here for another 12 minutes.
Alright. Then, let's see here. Make a wisdom check for me, Dino, regarding the tutoring.
We talk straight here?
Yep, 2 wisdom checks. Straight.
That's 5, and that's 10.
It's a bit odd. You just realize, okay, maybe it's best to start with the basics, but he's already got the basics sit down. He already knows how to properly... He already knows, prestidigitation, firebolt, and all that stuff. He even knows, like, a shield, mage armor, and... Let's see here. An unseen servant. Basically all utility, non-combative spells. The parents want you to teach him like some simple self-defense spells that are non-lethal.
Simple, non-lethal self-defense. Very few of those words are in my memory.
Yeah. So it would mostly be like spells of mental that require mental saves that you can choose for them to be lethal or not. Because, you can't say... I mean, you can try and make sure a gunshot with a regular old lead bullet doesn't kill a guy, but it's going to be very difficult if you don't know what you're doing. But if you know what you're doing with certain spells, then it can be easy. So, do you have any low-level mental spells, mental save spells, that can... be made that are non-lethal. That can be non-lethal. Basically, if they say otherwise, if they say that if the spell reduces somebody to 0 hit points, it just outright kills them. That would make it that'll make it a lethal mental spell.
Well, I have... I don't know the realization of this kind of stuff. Second level, is he capable of casting second level spells?
He is only capable of casting 1, but he is willing to learn that if you're offering.
Teach him heartache.
Okay, he is willing to learn that. That will require first two checks are for wisdom. This will still be for wisdom, but yeah, because this is a spell that you're keenly aware of, and if I recall correctly, it's of one of your favorite schools, yeah?
Is it? What is heartache? It is enchantment, yes, which is one of my favorite schools.
Then you would have advantage on this.
One of my 3 favorite schools.
Wisdom with advantage.
We got a 21.
2 more checks.
2 more. 16 and a nat 20.
Alright. You start to focus more in depth on the nitty-gritty of the spell, and for the second week...
You really gotta make sure at the
Chris.
same time you cast the spell, you also insult them.
Yeah. So, well, technically, yeah. For the third week, second week was difficult. This for the third week of the first month, you managed to actually teach him a good chunk of it. He's about done. You just have to continue the next week. So you can make a single wisdom check with advantage. Insulting them is just a verbal component. It's similar to vicious mockery.
Modified.
So be creative. Yeah, modified 20. Easy enough. You managed to finish it in much earlier than anticipated, like a few days early. Do you inform the parents?
Yeah. I'll tell them that I taught. Heartache is a powerful spell. It's 5d6 for level.
They thanked you because due to all the crazy stuff that had happened in the Saurinian Empire, they want to be able. They are able to cast spells in the case of self-defense. Their son is unable. It did not know any, so they appreciate it.
Yes, well, shouldn't kill someone as long as he knows how to control his magic successfully and is theoretically debilitating to someone, should they not have the mental fortitude to overcome his abilities.
Yeah, they just because remember, because as I already explained, Vidalcan don't outwardly express their emotions as often. They basically say, don't worry, he's quite the skilled mage. Well, letting out this very awkward, at least to you, monotone laugh. Just that goes ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
These are my kind of people.
Yeah, Vidalcan. Nice. Anyways, so you are paid the, let's see here.
1680 GP?
Yep, 1680.
There. Am I allowed to convert that to platinum? That'll be
Well, it's 16 platinum pieces and 8 gold pieces. Or no, it's 168 platinum. Because there's 12 platinum. It was originally 6 platinum. Then, because you're able to make your case,
yes,
because they rolled a natural 1, you bumped it up by twice to 12 platinum.
68 platinum?
168 platinum. Yes.
Very cool. Tell him. I'll essentially give him my name. And/or Lucid, member of the Seven Nobles Guild. Hit me up anytime you want. Potentially some more lethal if you're interested. Magic. I don't have too much non-lethal magic. I have.
They appreciate, but they currently are content with the spells that they know.
What is math? Math. Very.
Yeah.
So that was after this. However, I'm a search for a man who can teach me. Fear is gone again. Bye. I don't know when that happened. But I'm a search for someone who can teach me telekinesis.
The spell?
No.
No, that's something else. Oh, right.
The feat check.
That'll be an investigation.
Hope it's not too expensive. That's somewhat of 20.
You managed to find someone, a Norwegian man, well dressed, with a very well taken care of beard. Appears to be human, with a large turban. Yeah, he appears to be wearing a large turban. But one thing that actually kind of catches your glance is that there appears to be several crystals sticking out of his turban, almost as if it's growing out.
You could?
As,
Is he good?
almost as if they were growing out. Basically, he's working as an entertainer on the ship. Doing sort of mystical performances to boggle the mind. He has to make a living somehow. But yeah, he's willing to train you. He's quite skilled and more skilled than your original teacher.
Really? That's a surprise.
Mostly because he's been doing it ever since he was a child. So, yeah, he is willing to train you for the fee of 6 platinum per day.
Mm-hmm. That's affordable. This is specifically this stuff, anti, by the way. Just
Yes.
in case you weren't aware.
Thank you, though.
What is math? Man.
So for 7 days, 7 times 6.
We're gonna set aside
42 platinum for the first week.
42 platinum.
So you have, so basically, intelligence saves with advantage. Actually, wait, no, hold on. Arcana with advantage. Because basically, the way he understands it is on a fundamental level, not just like forcibly bludgeoning your brain with waves of psionic energy like most most brutes do, but it's teaching you the more intricacies of it. So you have Arcana. So
It doesn't
this
solve
require,
the efficiency of just something.
yeah, it's just safer and it results in a lot more of a solid understanding of psionics.
Yeah. So
Most
this is
people just
Arcana, you said?
with advantage, and the check, yeah.
Basically guaranteed to be a good roll. That's 1, 2, 3.
All right, 6 points of progress in total.
Mm-hmm.
You need 7.
7. Very good.
So, do you want to continue on to the next week?
Yeah.
All right, start with the first one. Okay.
That's a 22.
All
Yeah.
right, you succeed.
Worst roll. So.
It's relatively easy. It's relatively easy. He's again, the way he explains it, it's less instinct and more like pure cold and calculated, almost mathematics. But it sort of goes into the realm of esoteric rituals and certain philosophies that basically to impose your will on this object, you have to imagine, you have to sort of empathize with the object, which is odd because it is an object and not a living creature.
Mm-hmm.
But basically put yourself into the sort of perspective of a non-breathing, non-seeing object with no semblance of intelligence.
Imagine.
Which is again
From
really
some people by virtue of being a rock, but
yeah, this is an inanimate object. This is some other weird stuff.
But yeah, so that's the first tier. Is he able to teach me up to tier 3?
He is only willing to teach you if you by tier 3 once you reach 16th level.
That's a shame.
He's willing to teach you tier 2 though.
Tier 2 is acceptable.
Yeah. Because mostly more along the lines of, again, knowledge. So, would you like to pay him for continue the payment? So that would be
Another
so you want
42.
to continue paying him?
Yeah. Another 42, yeah?
Actually, it would not be 42. Actually, let's see. I'm assuming you paid for the second week, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So you just make 2 more Arcana checks with advantage. I'll just count the extra thing as additional the leftover progress is additional progress. Let's see here. So, okay. Yeah. You actually, let's see here. So, you make, let's see here, 7 out of 8 points of progress for this, for tier 2.
Very cool. I'll just give up 6 more platinum for the last day.
All right, go ahead.
I mean, I doubt I'll fail it. It would take 2 and 1s.
Yeah. Yeah, you managed to finish your training. It's relatively easy. The sort of, yeah, again, sort of like,
With that, I have finished my first month, yes, and bled
Yes.
slightly into the second?
Yes, slightly.
All right.
Yeah.
You can go back to do it for a little bit, because now I have to have other stuff, so.
Okay. All right.
I believe I only have 2 weeks left.
Yep, only 2 weeks.
I think I'm gonna get a head start. I think I'm gonna get a head start on training to replace my subclass.
Okay.
Can I?
Investigation to see if you can find a druid. With advantage, because if you want to ask for the help of the half dwarf friend that you made.
I did want to mention to him that if I didn't disconnect, I would have mentioned to him that I was looking for to swap
Another
circles.
Yeah, that's fine.
So-
You know, it's like switching houses in his opinion. So yeah.
So I will ask him if he's if he knows anyone of the what circle? Circle of Gardens, I think.
Yeah, that'll be an investigation check with advantage because he's helping you.
Okay. Yes, Circle of the Garden.
All right, go ahead. Roll investigation with advantage. All right, you managed to actually find someone who is willing to teach you. Actually, one of the staff. Yeah, but he works in the well, you've been there, the private gardening area, to basically make sure all the plants and unique plant life and mushroom and fungi grow properly and don't grow any mutations that would cause harm. That sort of thing.
Hello, Joanne. My circle it hasn't been for the best. I like the thorns and the vines that wrap around me, make them tough, but that's really all I ever get. And I heard about the garden circle, and I was wondering if you could help me with.
All right. So how many? Sorry, out of character. How many levels do you have?
I have
Sorry, what?
8.
8 levels in druid. Okay. So let's see. That would run you down 96 platinum.
Okay.
And 8 weeks.
I don't know, I thought you had more levels in normal.
He has 4 levels in Warlock and 8 levels in Druid.
Attack feat.
Yeah, this group doesn't have. It hasn't reached the land, so yeah. Again, it would
confused.
require 8. Yeah, it would require 8 weeks of retraining, basically.
I guess that'll work. I have a feeling it's going to be...
They will allow you to go to the ball. It's because he's going to be working a lot during the ball, so he wouldn't be able to train you either way. So yeah.
I feel like it'll be 2 weeks now and then 6 after the ball.
Yeah.
So that works. So I'll pay the 96 day.
Yep, 96 platinum. It's expensive, but that is the price of retraining. It's 12 times your level in platinum.
I'm burning through my platinum.
Yeah.
And I have not a care in the world.
Everything is expensive. So probably best to start saving some money for later.
I still have
Yeah.
700 platinum.
Still? Okay. Let's see here. So is that all?
That's gonna eat up in the next 8 weeks. So yeah.
Alright, then we'll return next week with the ball. Yeah. And I'll need to PM each of your characters if you're going to be participating in the ball or not. And yes. Armor is allowed.
Yes.
So
I feel like you wouldn't have to ask me.
yeah. You've been preparing for it.
Wait, Price would be great on Exterior Squad. He could just chuck people.
Yeah, you can make a lot of money, or you can enjoy yourself.
Go.
Have fun? Or
I mean,
make
tossing things is fun.
There are tossing games in there.
I'm in.
The ball. It's a dwarven ball. What did you expect?
Question: would Price be familiar with it because of terms of creation?
Durgar.
Durga.
Durgar, not
Never
dwarf. Not surface dwarf.
Well, yeah. Okay.
The big cultural difference. They're far more like
I thought you just said
utilitarian.
dwarf first.
Yeah, nah.
It's fine.
Durgar, not dwarf. A big. Durgar traditions are far more utilitarian,
Alright.
like performing rituals to appease your god or something like
Hell
that,
yeah.
or wish for better or strong, increased fertility for the men and women, that sort of thing.
Is there a toss the person event?
No, that is a no. That's considered very offensive in dwarvish culture because well, yeah, dwarves have had their taste of discrimination as well, like being thrown around like toys. Same with most Scots, most human looking squats.
Okay, what if I threw a human though?
It depends on the person.
A willing.
Some people would say, "Oh, a willing human, that's completely different."
Yeah. Like, we're not just
As long as a
asking
human-
I'm not just
as
picking
long as
up
the
someone
person-
and just throwing them.
As long as the person doesn't make it a race thing, it's fine.
Okay. So I can do a dwarf as well. Cool. Number one. Probably shouldn't ask him. I'm not gonna... I don't know. Figure it out at some point. If there's any kind of promising bullshit. Any... You know. Hello?
Hello?
Auntie?
Yeah,
I think-
shut off what's going on.
I think he did the crab rave.
What's going on? Oh, like, yeah, I can't hear Auntie.
Auntie's.
What's going
I
on?
don't know.
I think he's did DEAD.
Hello?
Oh, there he is. Hello?
Yep, sorry, my audio was probably just decided to do the poo and went to the loo.
Yeah, most likely. Alright, so you added me.
Yeah.
Are you wanting me to?
Yes, please.